Before you even get at me, I know this video came out late as hell. I hit the 3K subscriber milestone way back in like June, and it's now November, and I'm almost at 4,000 subscribers. That's my bad, but I was finally able to sit my ass down and finally work on this, so you're welcome. Keep in mind, this was recorded like the day after I hit the milestone, and I went over all the questions that were available at the time, so if your question wasn't answered, it's probably because you asked it after the video was already recorded, so sorry. But that's enough of that. Let us get to this long overdue Q&A. What is up, guys? Sketchy here, and today we are celebrating the 3,000 subscriber milestone, and I said I'd have a little something special for this on-camera Q&A, and I got my two friends here. Got my boy Brandon.
What's up, guys?
And I got my boy Nate.
Yo.
So we got a hell of a lot of questions, and I know the lighting isn't the best, and you know, harsh light and black people don't really mix very well, so
I'm like Two-Face over here. Yeah.
So we got a lot of questions, and what we decided to do was we're going to split them up based on like what type of questions they are. Like first we're going to do the MLP related questions, then we're going to do the video game related questions, then we're going to do the book related questions, and then we're just going to field it to other questions. So to start things off, of course, with the MLP questions, the first 10 questions, it was like 10 different people asked me either how I became a brony and or how or why I picked a changeling as my OC. And actually, how I became a brony started off with Nate over here. He was into MLP before I was, and one day we were talking, and he just brought up the show to me, like, what were you saying about it?
I was just like, had you heard about My Little Pony, about this new show and all that? And I just kind of asked if you heard about it, and you're like, I heard about it too. And then, you know, I was like, I watched a few episodes and it's pretty alright. So then, you know, we kind of just, from that, we just kind of hit it off, so.
Yeah, man, like, he and I have been friends, well, we've all been friends since, like, day one. So, I knew I could trust his recommendation. So after I tried a couple episodes, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then when my dad got Netflix, I just, I was like, you know what? I see it on Netflix. It's in my recommendations on Netflix too. So I watched seasons 1 and 2 because it was the summer before season 3 came out. Like that was before we started junior year of high school. So yeah, that's pretty much how I started watching MLP. And as for how I picked my changeling OC, well, it first started off on FimFiction actually. Like we had FimFiction names, and originally I was Sketchy Unicorn. I decided to just change it to Sketchy Changeling just for no apparent reason. And oh god, people are gonna make FNGR references, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make it Sketchy Changeling, and it just kind of stuck. And by the time I was ready to do YouTube, like September of 2014, I was like, you know what, I'll let that be my name, because it's already my name on FimFiction. I already kind of have this identity, so why not just use that? So now that we've gotten the big duplicate questions out of the way, I'm going to turn it over to my friends, and they're going to pick out which questions they want me to ask next. So Brandon, you get the first pick. Okay, so Darth Wedgius asks, congratulations. If a pony, what would Morgan Freeman be the princess of?
Bro.
You picked the best questions, man.
I know, right?
You picked the best questions.
Perfect way to start off.
Okay, well, I mean, okay, here's my imagination of it. I imagine Morgan Freeman, he would be the princess of showing up and explaining things for no reason. And considering how MLP loves to tackle on the exposition,
They do.
he would be perfect. Not only that, he doesn't have a cutie mark, but just like in South Park, every time he shows up and explains something, he gets a new freckle.
Ooh, bro.
I'm an idiot. All right, Nate, you get the next pick. All right, Ira Sutton asks, if Starlight Glimmer had an element of harmony, what do you think hers would be? Well, I mean, we haven't really seen enough of Starlight as a good guy to really feel what her element would be. And even then, like, the elements have kind of been irrelevant since season 4, because they were like, you know what, we're kind of like pigeonholing these characters by defining them just by their elements. And I actually applaud the show for doing that. So I'm not really sure if the elements are still relevant. I'm not really sure what Starlight would be, to be honest.
As of now, it's just kind of, let's go out and search for problems, you know?
Yeah.
All right, Brandon, next pick. Indiana 201333 asks, do you think that the MLP 2017 movie will make people that don't watch the show give it a chance? Well, it's hard to say, because I do know that for marketing purposes, they are going to make, at least from the ads, they're going to make the movie have as broad of an appeal as possible to get people into the seats. The actual movie doesn't really have to, but all they have to do is get people into the seats and they get the sales. So, I mean, even the generic name, My Little Pony, the movie, like, they want to get people into the seats. Although whether or not it'll make people give it a chance, it all depends on the person. Like, I personally think Slice of Life is one of the worst episodes of the series, and yet there are some people who got into the show because of that very episode. So you can never really tell.
To each their own, you know?
Yeah, man. It could be the thing that gets people into it, or it could be the thing that solidifies people who are already into it. So you never know. Even though season 6 hasn't finished yet, from seasons 1 through 6, what is your list of all the Applejack episodes from your least favorite to your personal favorite? Okay. Damn. I'd have to pull up the list of all the Applejack episodes, but I personally don't count Some Pony to Watch Over Me as an Applejack episode. It was more of an Apple Bloom episode than an Applejack episode, to be honest. So I think at the bottom would probably be Super Speedy Cider Squeezy, then not Leap of Faith, Last Roundup, then maybe Leap of Faith.
Yeah.
And Applejack's Day Off was okay. And then I really don't want to miss anything. Were there any other Applejack episodes in season 5?
Was there any that wasn't awesome? That's the real question.
Well, there were, like, Super Speedy Cider Squeezy wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Applebug season is at the top. Applebug season is at the top for sure. And I think that's... Oh, wait. Main Attraction. Main Attraction is, like, number 2.
Right.
That was a good Applejack episode. And then I think that's it. Like, I should have put the list. I should have had the list of Applejack episodes on me so that we could actually list them.
Everything.
Yeah. But, if I ever get an actual list, I will get back to you on that. So, next question. Brandon, pick. Alright, so Rosie Severs asked, are you looking forward to the 4th Equestria Girls movie, Legend of Everfree? So, see, I enjoy the Equestria Girls movies. Well, I enjoyed the 2nd and 3rd one. Let me be more specific. Because the first one wasn't, it was But, I mean, with the next 2 movies, the series really proved itself. And now that it's kind of come into its own and hit its stride, so to speak, I am looking forward to the next Equestria Girls movie. So we'll just have to see what we get from it. Jonah Smith asks, what is your favorite and least favorite fan project that came out of the fandom? I don't really have a least favorite because, I mean, there are just ones that I like and ones that just have no impact on me. I never really seen a fan project that I outright disliked. But hands down, Lullaby for a Princess. Y'all seen Lullaby for a Princess, right?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Actually, I
Yeah.
haven't.
Bruh, after we record this, I'm showing you Lullaby for a Princess. Bruh, you missing out. You missing out. But yeah, Lullaby for a Princess, favorite fan project. Warp Out did a hella good job, and shouts out to them because it took them 2.5 years to do that animation, I think. So it took a lot of hard work and effort, but it definitely paid off. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Alright, Joshua Culveyhouse asks, do you want to have sex with Queen Chrysalis if she was real? So, would I smash? Would I smash? Okay.
We all know the answer to this question.
Yep.
Let's just say.
It's time for real talk with Sketchy. If Queen Chrysalis was real, would I smash?
Would you smash?
Yes.
This is needed.
Oh god. Photon Jet asks, what made you become a comic book reviewer? Well, I noticed that when it came to the MLP comics, not a lot of people reviewed them on a regular basis. Like, Tommy Oliver did the first couple of arcs, then stopped. Digibro just did like a clean sweep of all the arcs that were out at the time that he did that video. And then Silver Quill did the comics every once in a while, but there wasn't anybody that I knew of at the time who dedicated themselves to reviewing the comics as they came out. So I was like, you know what, that's already a niche that I can fill. That's already an audience that I can get when it comes to MLP reviewing. So I figured, why not capitalize on that since I already read the comics as it is. So that's why I decided to do the MLP comics. Alright, Rancor Paul Mock asks, ever consider doing a video about Sketchy's backstory? This has been poking in the back of my mind for a while now, but the problem is I do have like a vague idea of what I want to do, but I need to know, I want to figure out, one, the specifics, and two, how I'm going to present it. So I can't really promise anything at the moment, but it is something that I'm considering.
I sense a short story fanfic in your future.
I'd make it more of a video presentation.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, just get some vectors and do some vectors of me, my family, stuff like that. Draco Deristrix asks, can you give us your top 10 non-main characters? So top 10 characters outside of the main 6 and Spike. Well, I can't really name them in any particular order at the moment because that would take a lot of time. But so 10, right?
10.
Luna, Celestia, Chrysalis, Zecora for sure. Sombra's in there thanks to the comics. Sunset Shimmer, so that's 7. We need 3 more. Hell nah.
Why you hating on Derpy, bruh?
I don't hate Derpy. It's just like background characters barely count as characters, bruh. Cadence. Did I say Discord already?
No.
Discord, 9. And then number 10, lucky number 10. It can't be a main character. Thank God I'm editing this shit.
Let's see.
Sweetie Belle.
Ooh.
Sweetie Belle. Best CMC. She killed it in season 4. Magic Man asks, what are your predictions for the upcoming episode, The Times Are a Changeling? I'm not really one to like make predictions for episodes. I'm more the type that will wait and see what we get. More of a like a, you know, I have my thoughts, and if it sucks, it sucks. If it's good, great. I'm hoping that it doesn't suck, cause I mean, there's a potential return of the changelings. Imagine if it was just an episode where they thought someone was a changeling and it just turned out to be a regular pony. That would have been the biggest blue balling that DHX has ever given the fandom.
Don't judge a book by its cover kind of lesson. Don't be racist kind of lesson.
We already had that in season 1 with Zecora though.
It's like we have just give that, hey guys, let's remember this, okay?
Code Tech asks, would you ever get a plush of your OC made? I would, but the thing is, the people who make plushies, they ask to be paid. And for good reason, because plushies take a lot of money and time to make. And with changelings, that's already costing extra because it's not the typical pony model. So it's already going to be costing extra. And if I want to get a good plushie, it's going to be hella expensive. So I would if I could, but the finances just aren't there. What has been your favorite collab so far? Okay, so not counting guest appearances, so not counting Dr. Wolf and not counting my appearance on Silver Quill's channel for the Slice of Life video. That leaves my collab with TK on the Fiendship comics, my collab with Blissey on Rarity Investigates, my collab with Manga Kamen on Siege of the Crystal Empire, and then my collab with TK on the Angry Birds movie. And I would have to say it has to be between Manga Kamen and Blissey, and I might have to go with Big Sis Bliss on this one. Like, she and I were already friends before we did the video, so we already knew how to bounce off of each other when it came to writing the script. So I think I had the most fun writing the script for that video because of the jokes that we put in there and because of how well we worked together. So I'd have to pick Lightning Bliss as my favorite collab. Dustin Freeman asks, I do have a different question from the others. What happens when your character came up to all the fillies and colts of MLP just like they did in Twilight Time? Oh, so like when Twilight Time all the kids were like crowding Twilight? Well, see, you messed up because you will never see me around a bunch of kids. That's nah. Not today, Jesus.
You have to pull out that cross, get the holy water.
What are your favorite MLP episodes from seasons 1 through 6? So 1 episode per season, I guess. Favorite season 1 episode, probably Cutie Mark Chronicles. Season 2 episode, y'all already know.
Of course we know.
Y'all already know it's a Canterlot wedding.
Wedding.
Number 3, Wonderbolts Academy. Season 4, that's a hard one. See, that's a hard choice. There were a lot of good season 4 episodes. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Simple Ways. Season 5, Brotherhood Social, hands down. And then season 6, Gauntlet of Fire. Adam K asks, since Applejack is your favorite pony, do you like apples? Actually, no. I don't really like apples or any fruits, to be honest.
Cereal Apple Jacks?
I don't think I even had Apple Jacks. I haven't had cereal in so long.
So-
don't look at me like that, bruh.
How can you not have cereal?
I haven't had cereal in a long time.
You're
I
in
said.
college. You should be living off of cereal.
I live off of waffles, French fries, and chicken strips. Blue Rave asks, is there any future fan animations that you're looking forward to seeing? Real talk though, I don't really seek out fan animations like that, so a lot of the times when I come across a fan animation, it's usually something that's already been out for a couple of weeks, you know? Like I even tried keeping up with Jay Holler's top 10 videos of 20 like each month, and like I fell behind that real quick. So I just come across fan animations when I come across them. The only one I actually looked forward to ever was Lullaby for a Princess, because Lullaby for a friggin' Princess. Carson Bobo asks, do you enjoy MLP fan fictions? I don't read MLP fanfics as often as I used to, and I really need to get back on my FimFiction account and update my stories. I really want to do that though, man.
Same.
But yeah, I do enjoy MLP fanfictions. I normally gravitate towards comedy fanfics, and sometimes I'll delve into a little bit of romance and drama depending on how it's written and what kind of romance and drama there is, because I'm kind of picky when it comes to that, but these days you have to. So next question. Changeling Officer asks, have you ever thought of starting a sketchy ask blog solely for your OC? That probably won't happen, because I already have my regular blog where I just like post on Tumblr, and then I'm already running an ask blog for my original comic Class X, and I really want to focus on that more. And yeah, there probably won't be a Sketchy the Changeling ask blog ever, unfortunately, but appreciate the interest though. Jaden Wilkes asks, who do you ship the most? I ship Sember, Spike and Ember. Oh, you didn't watch season 6?
No.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
No.
Oh god. Well, these guys know that I am a proud member of the Church of Rara Jack. It is the one true ship. It is the only ship that matters. If you accept Rara Jack into your life as OTP, eternal salvation and happiness await you in the afterlife.
What?
This requires you to be baptized in their love juices. I just hope you know.
Whoa.
Bruh,
That just took a dark turn, bro.
what kind of paganistic
0 to 100 so quick.
I gotta cut that out.
The frick? Might as well just summon the shit person.
Alright, next question. Next question. ActionFan19 asks, my question is, with the EQG movies and some stories in the IDW comics showing other worlds, have you ever, just for fun, thought of your own alternate dimension where the MLP characters are a different species? Surprisingly, no. I just look at other people's interpretations of it. I know once Denny Vixen did an art piece where they were all deer, and then I've seen God knows how many ones where they were all dragons or wolves, so...
Sweet.
Although, I know for myself, I've never really imagined one for me, so yeah, I'm lame. DJ Doctor, do you think out there is an actual world of Equestria? Hey man, anything's possible. Like, we don't even know what's out there beyond a certain distance. We have no idea whether alternate dimensions exist, so I just keep my hopes up that maybe there is, and maybe there will be some way to get there within my lifetime, just to visit. Winona Productions, will you do more Sketchy Dates comics? Absolutely yes. I know a lot of people don't really know on YouTube, but I actually do the Sketchy Dates comics way beforehand, before I even dub them. Like, I didn't even think about dubbing them until I had about 5 of them out already. So the DeviantArt comics are way ahead of the YouTube channel in terms of the comics. So the next one is going to be about Deer, because I had people vote for that. And then the Sketchy Dates dub for Sketchy Dates Griffins will be out soon, hopefully within the next couple of days. Or maybe out by the time this video comes out. Michael Larimore asks, what was your most racist experience as a changeling? Surprisingly, not much. Like, the most racist thing that has ever happened to me was when Silver Quill got scared when I appeared on his channel. But we patched things up. We talked it out like gentlemen, and we are now on amicable terms. And you may see us get together again. Maybe. Who knows? Ace Swift asks, how did your parents find out you were a brony? I just told them. I know a lot of people kind of have trouble telling their parents that they like MLP, but with me, I have a very open relationship with my parents. I don't really keep a lot of secrets from them, because I can trust them not to judge me when I tell them something, and they didn't. They accepted it, and hell, I think I even got my mom to watch a couple of episodes. I think I had her watch Inspiration Manifestation one time. She had a laugh at that episode. But I mean, it's one of the best episodes of season 4, so. I am so gonna butcher this name. Brielle Redder asks, what are your thoughts on what we have seen of Dragon Society? What are my thoughts? I think what we've seen of Dragons is kind of cool. I'm a little bit disappointed that there isn't like a faction of like more domesticated dragons like we've seen in the comics, because I thought that would be a really cool dynamic to have like the wild nomadic dragons and then the domesticated dragons, but the show doesn't really seem to be doing that. But I mean, there are some good dragons out there, as we have seen with Ember and Spike, so I'm not 100% like fascinated by dragon lore and MLP, but what we've seen, I'm mildly interested. Kaibot1990 asks, have you considered doing fanfic readings or comic dubs? Fanfic readings, not really, because that's not really my style, and plus it takes a lot of takes just to write my own script. So imagine reading what someone else wrote. And as for comic dubs, well, I already do the Sketchy Dates dubs, so there's that. More name butchering. Graham Pix asks, what are your plans for BronyCon? Honestly, I don't really have any specific plans for BronyCon. I'm just going to go with the flow because it's going to be my first time there. So I will be on a panel with Toon Critic, and I'll just be hanging out, you know. Maybe if you guys see me, I'll be wearing a badge with Sketchy the Changeling on it. So if you guys see me, feel free to say hi or whatever, and I'll be happy to like take a picture with you so you can just flaunt on social media or whatever. But yeah, plans for BronyCon, just hang out. That's basically it. IP Spineapple Inc. asks, feelings and thoughts on Friendship is Witchcraft.
Oh,
I've only saw like 2 or 3 episodes,
I
but
watched the whole thing.
oh god,
So much darkness.
Damn it, I
So
just
much
started.
racism.
you never saw it?
I know.
It's like an abridged version of MLB.
Okay, think
Except
of
everything.
Dragon Ball Z abridged, only MLP.
Oh, sweet Jesus Lord, that can't be good.
Not
Yeah.
SSJ.
But wait.
Team 4-Star.
Oh God. Like,
But yeah, I've only seen like 2 or 3 episodes, but with what I saw, it was pretty funny. I just never bothered to continue it because I drop a lot of series. I'm gonna be straight up honest with y'all. I drop a lot of series because I just can't donate. I just can't dedicate all the time to watching everything unless it really grabs me like MLP did.
Yeah.
So.
Word of advice, definitely check out Mentally Advanced series. Really.
Oh yeah,
hilarious.
I didn't even watch that.
They're really hilarious. Really.
Amazing Looms asks, what are your top favorite ships in MLP? I mean,
aside from
Rarajack, and Rarajack. Like,
I'm like-
it's the only one that matters. Juria316 asks, aside from Rarajack, what are your favorite ships, MLP or otherwise? Well, My original OTP from elementary school days, and Nate will know this, Simon and Jeanette from Alvin and the Chipmunks. Like, that was my first OTP, and Jeanette was my first waifu. And these days, when I play Overwatch and I see May, all I think of is Jeanette.
Yeah.
All I can think of is a thick Jeanette. All right, and the last MLP question is from Enigma Prince. My question is, when MLP G4 ends as a series, what plans do you have not only for this channel, but for what you want to do in your life? When it comes to my future plans, when I started this channel, I already knew that it wasn't going to last forever and that I wanted to enjoy it while I could. And I'm already studying animation, like I'm a art school student, and once I graduate and go out into the field, I don't know how much time my actual job is going to take up, and when it gets to the point where I have to prioritize my job 100% completely and take YouTube out of the picture, that will be the day that I retire from YouTube. And if MLP ends before that, well, I already do stuff outside of MLP already on this channel, so I might as well just continue doing other things and just see where it goes. I can't really tell the future, but while my time on YouTube will end, I will be entertaining you guys as much as I can. And even outside of YouTube, you can always read my upcoming comic Class X, because that is my baby and I plan on raising it right. Now we're going to move on to the video game related questions. So first we got a question from Melting Man 234. What is your favorite video game console? Well, I mean, right now I already own the 3 major consoles. I got an Xbox One, I got a PS4, I got a Wii U. So I mean, they're all my babies. I love them for different reasons, and I can't really
Pick one.
Okay, well, the one that I play with the most right now is the PS4, because a lot of the games that I'm playing happen to be on there. I play Overwatch on PS4, I play the Digimon RPG on PS4, Street Fighter V, Naruto, but I still go back to my Xbox when I want to play Mortal Kombat or Killer Instinct or Sunset Overdrive. I go to my Wii U when I want to play Smash or Splatoon, or what else am I playing on there? Mario Kart. So I have my different consoles for different uses, but the one I use the most at this moment, PS4. MD Webster asks, do you have a favorite game? If so, why do you like this particular game? I really can't narrow it down to one game, you know, like everyone can like narrow it down to one game, but I just can't. Like
Maybe like a genre or something. Maybe.
yeah, like
Yeah, I can make it.
yeah, my favorite genre as a consolation, my favorite genre is fighting games. Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Blaze Blue, what else? Killer Instinct.
Tekken?
I don't really
like Tekken.
I don't really
I don't
rock
even
with
know what
Tekken.
brought
I prefer like the 2D plane fighters, unless it's Tenkaichi or Ultimate Ninja Storm.
Yeah, for sure.
Only truest games to play. Yeah.
Bruh, don't take me back.
Don't forget that
Classic
universe.
days.
Minion of the East asks, you talked about a couple games on your channel. What is your favorite game franchise? Pokemon, yes.
Going strong since the beginning.
Gotta catch them all. Favorite game franchise, Pokemon. Like, the reason why I say Pokemon is because I always get excited when a game that I want, that I'm looking forward to comes out. But Pokemon is like the only franchise where I get that childlike joy. Like it takes me back to when I was a kid and I was waiting for like my favorite game to come out, and when it comes out I hype my parents up to get it for me, but now that I'm an adult I can actually pay for it myself.
True.
Right.
So yeah, Pokemon is the only series that gets me that hype, and that's why it's my favorite franchise.
Gotta be the very best.
Like no one ever was.
To catch them is your greatest test.
To train him is your cause. Gummy asks, what is your favorite game company? Just curious. I don't really single games out or categorize them based on their company, because like, you know, every company has their good games and bad games, so it's hard to tell whether it's going to be good or bad, because like, I mean, you have your Mario Kart 8s and then you have your Mario Party 10s. Like I can't really single it out based on the company. Like I base it more on the genre and the series more than that the company is coming out under. you know?
Yeah.
Anime Wolf Gamer asks, worst and best game you ever played? Again, I can't really narrow it down to one for the best, and I've played quite a few bad games in my day, and the only really bad one that comes to my mind that I don't have to think about, Sonic 06. Bruh, Sonic 06 was trash.
Dark days.
That was straight on, like, all the levels outside of Sonic were straight unplayable, bruh. Like, oh, I hate Silver so much. I hate Silver so much.
So much rage quit.
Oh my, that desert level though. Good
I only
God.
tried it once and I was like, fuck this. So like, you take this. No.
No. Brazen Guardian 3 asks, favorite Persona guy and girl. So favorite guy and girl from Persona. Favorite guy would have to be Yosuke. Yosuke from Persona 4. Love his upbeat personality. Love that he's not really afraid to say what's on his mind. And then favorite girl, Mitsuru from Persona 3, because she is fine. Chronos Fiery asks, are you excited to play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild?
Yes. Oh yes.
Make me want to buy a Nintendo, damn.
I'm not really a Zelda fan. Like, I tried one game and like I tried Wind Waker and it was fun, but like
You just saying,
I just couldn't rock with it. It's
You
just,
didn't start off with the right one. You did.
it's not my kind of
I
game,
know,
man.
But when you didn't start off with the right one.
Okay,
he's a fighting gamer at heart,
I know.
so it's
I know,
hard
that's
to get
the
into those
answer,
types of
yeah.
games.
Yeah, man, well, what would you recommend that I start out with?
I would definitely probably start off with the classics, just
MJ?
like
Majora's Mask and stuff?
Majora's Mask. Those are
Yeah.
those are pretty good, especially the new updated ones they have. Those are actually pretty good.
Maybe. I mean, if I ever have extra money to burn and there's
Yeah,
nothing else that I want to get,
Yeah.
and it's like if it's hella cheap, then
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, then
Maybe,
yeah.
but as of right now, not really a big Zelda fan. Now on to the book-related questions. This is any questions related to reading, whether it's comics, manga, regular books, or whatever. So, question from Black Belt Dragon / Sea Falcon. Your main, bruh.
Your main.
Your Smash main.
Smash main.
Hey,
I just hope you know you're going down though today.
we're
We'll
playing
see.
Smash after this.
We'll see.
That's you.
The friends I have. Have you ever read manga? Who do you think I am? Of
I
course
take
I've
it
read
that you're
manga.
new to his channel.
Bruh, like, how many times have I said bruh in this video?
Probably a lot, bro.
A lot. Oh man, we are degenerates. But yeah, when it comes to manga, I just finished reading Deadman Wonderland. I'm currently reading Monster Musume.
Is that one still going?
Monster Musume?
No, Dead Man Wonderland.
No,
I
it
heard that
ended.
died.
It ended.
Yeah.
No, like it had actual ending. As far as manga that I'm reading right now, I'm currently reading Dragon Ball Full Color. I finished reading Deadman Wonderland. I'm reading Blue Exorcist, and I recently got into My Hero Academia, and I'm watching the English dub of the anime. That series is great. I'm really loving it. Sports Festival arc is lit, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of that.
10 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Notes from Alexis asks, what books do you like? Considering like regular novels, one really good book that I liked was Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. It was like a first person type of story that alternated between the two main love interests, and it took place in like the 80s. So it was a really cool, it was like a really raw kind of experience because these kids didn't really hold anything back as far as how they express themselves, and they were the type of people who, when it comes to when they're in their own heads, they're really outspoken, although it does take them a while to really bring that out in the real world. So yeah, that was a really good book that I read recently. Jay San asks, what is your favorite comic? For MLP, my favorite comic, Reflections. Hands down, Reflections. That was the first MLP comic that ever brought me to tears, man. That ending, I'm telling you, man, you gotta read it. You have to read Reflections.
I'll check it out.
It is so good. James Richardson III asks, as far as reading is concerned, what is your favorite genre of story? I myself am partial to comedy, and sometimes I'll delve in a little bit of romance and drama. Same with fan fiction. So yeah, I love a good laugh, so give me some comedy any day. Puppy Be Bad asks, what is your favorite comic book series outside of MLP? I would have to say, when it comes to Western comics, because we already talked about manga, Scott Pilgrim. I love the Scott Pilgrim books. I recently, because last year, I bought all the volumes, the hardcover color versions, and read through all of them. I love that series, Scott Pilgrim all the way, and like they already know because I already did a whole video on Scott Pilgrim. And this last reading related question is from Sebastian Subiza, and it asks, have you read the Batman The Killing Joke comic book, and are you going to see the Killing Joke movie when it comes out? No. I'm not like the biggest superhero fan. Like, I'll read some superhero stories and I'll play some superhero games, but I'm not really heavily invested in the traditional superhero genre. But I do know what happens in The Killing Joke. That's the one where Batgirl gets shot, right? That was the one where like she got put in the wheelchair. Yeah. Cause Death in the Family was when Jason Todd died, right? Yeah. Okay. So at least I know like the major stories. And last but not least, we have the other questions, the questions that don't really fit any set category. So, Big Sis Lightning Bliss asks, aside from MLP, what else is your favorite franchise? Pokemon and Digimon, I guess. Yeah. Pokemon and Digimon? Pokemon and Digimon. Yeah. Dakota Jockers asks, what is your favorite anime? At the moment, My Hero Academia, because that's the one that I'm like really into. That's the only one that I'm actually like watching for the first time, because all the other anime I'm watching right now,
like rewatching.
Yeah, rewatching. Like I'm rewatching Future Diary, rewatching Gangsta. So yeah, that's the only one I'm really watching right now. So My Hero Academia. Mr. JCM112 asks, as for my question, I was curious if you have ever been to Canada, and if so, would you consider going to a convention out there like Anime-thon? I have never been to Canada. The only place I've been outside of the continental US is my home of St. Croix. So I never been to Canada, but I would like to visit there one day. And as far as conventions go, that's all depending on finances, because I mean, I'm pretty sure a ticket to Canada is expensive enough as is. So
ticket from here to America.
Yeah. So and we're part of America, technically. So as far as attending a convention there, it all depends on whether or not I can afford it. But I would love to, though. I would love to. I just have to bundle up. Purple Smart asks, you said you were originally from the U.S. Virgin Islands. Can you maybe tell us a bit about that place? Did you like it out there, and why did you decide to go to the mainland? I love my home of St. Croix. Yeah, it has its pros and cons, but for the most part, I like living here. Nice and beautiful. It stays warm, and I love the warmth. You're never more than 5 miles away from the beach.
Or anything else for that matter, like grocery stores like around the corner.
Yeah. So like everything is right there, and only bad things is because it's humid, there's mosquitoes, and we have to take precautions to make sure that we don't get murdered by these things. And
literally, oh God.
The roads.
The roads, dude.
The roads, and
potholes for days, brother.
Potholes for days.
You need a Jeep or some vehicle. You can't drive a car.
You can't drive a low riding car. You need a car with good suspension. Yes. Get you a Ram 1500. Get you a Jeep. Get you something that's durable. And plus, we drive on the left side of the road, just so y'all know.
Yeah, don't come down here and do that shit. We will laugh after you. Like we will.
We will not hesitate. Navi Sky Hunter asks, have you ever had mic problems with the audio being weird, as I've had myself, and wanted to know how to keep the audio quality good and not get fuzzy or anything? Well, it all depends on your microphone settings. Like this headset right here, Turtle Beach Earforce PX21. Usually when I've had problems with the mic being fuzzy, it's usually because I forgot to put the settings the right way. Like I forget to turn the expander off, or I forget to unmute the mic. So I never really had any problems that were part of as a malfunction of the actual headset. So it all depends on what you're working with, unfortunately. So I'm afraid that's not really that helpful of an answer, but that's also the only thing I can give you. Dusty Hart asks, if you hate everything, do you hate yourself? LOL. Well, I don't hate everything, so I mean, I don't know where he got that from. My commenters are weird. Nico and Melanie Wendling ask, who are my favorite YouTubers? Well, at the moment, The King Nappy, he's pretty much the only gamer YouTuber I actually watch. Swoozy, as a fellow Islander, I gotta give him his props.
Yeah.
Like, he's from Trinidad, we're from St. Croix. Islanders gotta stick together, know what I mean?
One love. That's all.
One love. This is not for the children, but Fine Game Girls, hilarious channel, but let's not go too far into it because gets a little
Keep it G, y'all. Keep it G.
PG, guys, PG.
PG-13.
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 Yeah.
And who else? I'm trying to like keep the MLP YouTubers out of this because like most people who watch me know all the other MLP YouTubers.
Yeah.
So
got, like a whole segment dedicated.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to focus on people outside of
Yeah.
MLP. So I think that's pretty much it. Gray Silvermane asks, why did you decide to go with a rabbit as your fursona? Well, mainly because I'm always the first to talk smack, but when it comes to actually fighting, I'm the first to run. So that is me all day. I'm not ashamed of it. And hey, I gotta own up to it, man. So rabbit. Lego of all themes asks, any good and cheap microphones and cameras below $50 to help get my feet off the ground? Well, a while ago I just talked about this headset that I have right here, Turtle Beach Earforce PX21. It cost $30 for me, and that's shipping included, so it's pretty cheap and it's a pretty reliable headset. As far as cameras though, good luck finding anything below $50 because a good quality camera is going to be anywhere in the 80 and up range. So when it comes to cameras, you might have to break the bank a little bit. Augustine Saavedra asks, okay, so my question is this. How much time and effort do you put into each video in all of the processes, if possible, from the writing to the script to the editing of the video? Well, it all depends on the type of video. Sketchy impressions, those are usually longer than my normal review videos, so the script will probably take about an hour and a half to write maybe. Recording will probably take half hour, 45 minutes, and then maybe another 20 minutes to edit it. And then the editing of the actual video can be anywhere from 2 to 3 hours depending on how long the video is. So to give a range, a 3-minute video probably takes about an hour and a half. A 7-minute video takes about 2 hours, and then anything longer than 10 minutes would probably take like 2.5 to 3 hours or up. Like those collabs took forever to edit. Bruh. So all in all, I'm not a math guy. You do the math.
This question.
Spearheya 720 asks, Batman or Superman?
This is where our friendship. This is it. Decide.
I'm not really a big fan of either. Like I don't really follow either of them super hard, but I have had the most experience with Batman. Like I played the Arkham games, and that's like the extent of my Batman knowledge. So by default, Batman.
I mean, Batman v Superman.
Can we not talk about
Let's
that
not
movie?
talk about our movie, okay? Let's just not.
Just Batman v Superman, anything. Let's just be honest.
Injustice 2 it will be a better Batman v Superman than Batman v Superman.
I mean, the Batman Superman series, it's pretty cool.
Just Batman
best friends and
Returns.
stuff, but-
He didn't have to go easy on him. He just wanted him to get out of his way. That's all he said.
You mean The Dark Knight Returns?
Yes. Literally, that's what happened.
Even I know it.
Yes.
Batman is the shit.
Citizen X asks, Sketchy, are you on Team Cap or Team Iron Man, or most recently Team Iron Man or Team Captain Marvel? I guess it's a Civil War question.
I
Yeah.
would assume so, yeah.
I guess
Have
it's a
you
Civil
seen
War
it?
question. I don't really follow. I don't really follow comics like that.
Did you
No,
see
it's
the
the
movie?
movie.
Is the movie okay? As far as like idealistically taking like favoritism out of the picture, I would like to say that superheroes, damage is gonna be done, and I mean sometimes these things happen. So I'll probably be Team Iron Man, but there's also a part of me that says they still need to be held accountable. But I don't know.
I don't think they should be
I'm-
putting regulations on them entirely, though.
Yeah, I'm slightly leaning towards Iron Man a little bit. Next, we have Wade Wilson asking, what is your weapon of choice? I don't know. Something fast?
Nunchucks.
No.
Something fast that don't require a lot of skill. Because
A gun?
nunchucks, I can
Nunchucks
easily
Nunchucks are one of you have to have a lot of concentration when you're using nunchucks. Yeah.
Just don't fuck
There's-
with
Oh, weapon of choice. I'm gonna be basic as hell and say a sword. Be hella basic and say a sword. Probably like a thin short sword, something
A
that
Ninjato or something.
probably because like when I play fighting games, I'm always playing like the fast characters that can hit fast and then back up. So
See, like Soul Calibur, you'd probably be like somebody like Taki or something.
yeah. And our last question from Doctor Who: do you like Doctor Who, and what do you think of Doctor Who's? I'm gonna feel bad because I'm gonna disappoint this guy.
Oh man, dude.
I'm not a Doctor Who fan,
It's okay. I'm not a Doctor Who fan either.
and I didn't
I
even.
actually started watching it. It's not that bad.
I mean, like,
I'm sure it isn't. I just don't
yeah,
feel like
I've
getting
watched
it.
I was like,
watched
what
a
is this
couple
Doctor Who
episodes.
fandom?
I watched a couple episodes and it's all right. And then I did a bit of the research, and they had the MOP version with Doctor Who's.
Yeah.
And then I saw Discorded Doctor Who, which is even 10 times better. He's just like totally a genuine badass, and he gives no craps about anyone. And the only thing I hate about it is that he's so abusive to Durfee. But
Oh,
other than
jeez,
that-
on bread. Poor dude.
Other than that,
That's your waifu, huh?
That's just one of his many.
That's one of my many waifus. But yeah.
Oh god. So yeah, not a big fan of Doctor Who. So that does it for the 3,000 subscriber Q&A. I really want to thank you guys for all the support you guys have shown me over the past year and a half. I really appreciate it, and I'm so glad that you guys stick around with me and still rock with me and with what I do. And I know we look black as hell right now because
know,
we've been
right?
recording.
I look
We've been
super
recording
black.
for
Not this black
a
people, seriously.
while. We've been recording for a while, and sun is starting to set, and it's a good thing we were able to get this recording done before then. So yeah, thank you guys for coming out. I want to thank Nate and Brandon for
What's up?
coming in and being guest stars on my live Q&A. It wouldn't be half as interesting without these guys here. So I want to thank them for that. Once again, thank you guys for 3,000 subscribers, and here's to another 3,000 and maybe even more. So until next time, keep it sketchy, folks.